Hello there. Welcome to Tuck and Gash. Thank you for joining us for another live stream tonight or today, wherever you are. We have another very exciting match from the latest tournament on the Discord server, the Blue Tit Bash. And playing today, we have Carl and Matthew. So this should be very exciting. And joining me today for commentating is Heartseed. How are you doing, Heartseed?
I'm good. So we're Tuck and Gash now, and we're gonna play in the Blue Tit Bash. And when they leave, we're gonna see them off for the last time. This is escalated really
All right,
quickly.
it's not that grim. You don't have to make it like that.
Okay.
Let's just all try to have fun. But yeah, I think we are ready to get started. So, Carl, you can go ahead and send the invite, and good luck to both players.
Yeah. Good luck, guys.
Thank
It's
you.
a battle to the death.
No.
We're just like gladiators here.
Yeah, that's not what we're doing here. All right, let me mute them and deafen them and all right. By the way, I need some help from people watching. If you can see, can you please give some indication that you can hear the commentary? Because it happened last time that I was streaming and somehow my commentary wasn't going through. So if you're watching, please let me know if you can hear it. Oh, I can just test it.
Hey, look.
What's going on?
With just 3 food, you can have American Coot and the Robin and just tuck.
What does that
everywhere.
mean?
Are you looking at the thing?
I am looking at the hand. So we have the American Coot and the Robin the tray. Are you trying to suggest something here?
Oh, not. I'm just saying he has, because he doesn't have a forest option. So I'm just
Mhm.
saying if he happens to use that as his forest option, not saying that's a good thing.
Right.
It's just, he has tuck everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I have done it before. I think when you don't have a forest bird, using the Robin as the forest bird and using it to cycle card, it's not a bad idea. I don't think that's a bad idea. And thank you, Dagger. Yes.
Dagger.
Yeah, it's the chat. By the way, I'm monitoring
Digger
chat.
or dagger?
Dagger.
Oof.
Dagger Hashimoto. Yes, I'll be monitoring the chat, so if you have any question or any suggestion, feel free to comment. But yeah, so look like they're going for the common Swift here, but I won't be surprised if they pick up the Robin, obviously.
Yeah. Blue throat.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not an easy hand to play because every bird is either 3 food or double food. It make it really hard to get down any of this bird.
Yeah.
By the way, can you read the end of round goals, because it's kind of hard for me to see.
Yeah, I think it's hard for me to see too, but I think one of them is birds. The first one's birds in 1 row.
Yeah.
Second one is platform nest, with 1 egg, and then the next one is the same thing but with the ground nest, and the last one is birds in forest.
All right.
So no egg laying craze. It's just kind of
not
reasonable.
too crazy on the egg. Yeah. All right. Yeah, the blue throat is always nice because it's a 7-point bird, and then you get guaranteed resources that you need. Waxwing is an interesting choice here.
It is.
But it's just kind of hard. You need a wetland bird. You either play the blue throat in the wetland and use it as a wetland bird, or you play in the grassland for the long game. Yeah, with this starting, I'm kind of leaning. Yeah, Uloj is always nice. Yeah.
Which would you go for, the wagtail or the anhinga, just so you don't waste eggs for wetland if he goes there?
I think a hinga is not a bad idea. I mean, wagtail is nice, but But I just feel like if you have this hand, you kind of have to go all in with the blue throat and just ignore the forest, you know? It's risky, but
Yeah.
that's why I'm leaning.
Okay. Yeah, because you're already started there, so
Right.
it's yeah. It's good
So,
for end of round too. So yeah, it's good.
alright. Look like Car is playing safe. They kept one fish, so it looks like they're gonna pick up some food first.
Oh. So he only wants to give away once. I see.
Yep. Alright, Martin, I mean, the Robin, that's no question. You always pick up tuck and draw, like in the first 2 rounds. I think that's very
Mhm.
little exception to that whenever you see tuck and draw in the in the tray.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's smart for, I guess, for Carl to kind of don't go overboard with the blue throat here. I mean, theoretically, they can play the blue throat, lay egg twice to get 2 fish to play the Hinga, but obviously you're also giving your opponent 2 fish.
Would you put the blue fort in or fort blue throat in the wetland or the grassland?
I'm definitely leaning towards grassland. Just
Okay.
because I don't see a wetland engine going in this case, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Not an engine. It's just a conserve, and also for in one row thing.
Yeah. So yeah,
The
yeah.
the EOR. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like if you put it in the grassland, it leaves you more flexibility for the long run, you know? Um,
Yeah, definitely.
so at the end game you can use it. But I can see, yeah. I can see it going to
Hey,
wetland too. I
my
mean,
friend.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this has its merits too because you build up 2 birds in the wetland so that you can draw card more efficiently, and
hmm
then you can use the blue throat to get the food you need to pivot either to the forest or to the grassland. So I don't hate this.
hmm Oh, so that's his forest bird then. So he gets to keep the robin. Okay, yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I like it. The swift is gonna
He
be
has
very
food web,
flexible.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's really good.
yeah,
I like it.
yeah. I think that that's quite smart as well.
It's good for every single EOR and his bonus card.
Oh yeah, that Star Lance is pretty OP. So,
It
um,
is.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, the thing I like about Cardboard is that immediately they have like 6 point and 7 point spread down. You know, I I mean, I think in Wingspan we all like to play the engine game, but I also noticed that in some game if you can build up that early lead with big bird points, you can have a pretty good game as well.
Mhm. Would you have kept the? Would you have started the Chimney Swift? Or I'm wondering if maybe starting the Chimney Swift in the forest right now could be better.
Oh, you mean like play the Robin first and then
Yeah, well, basically he's trying to draw 2 cards, right? So he could
yes,
have started his Chimney Swift in the grassland or the forest. I'm just
yeah,
thinking maybe the forest, because it's not like he can play any birds anyway
yeah.
until he gets food. But it doesn't make a big difference. Yeah.
Right. I think he want to lay eggs now.
Why though?
Because instead of picking up one food, maybe you can discard one card for food later.
Yeah, you could, but it's like maybe like this is still more points than the food, but it's just like I don't know. I just think getting the Robin down first, or maybe he'll run out of egg space later. Is just I just find that food is more valuable early game. I'd rather have food, but
Yeah.
this is still fine.
Right.
It's
Yeah. And
different play, that's all.
yeah. And I kind of like that, Matthew is not committing the Robin to the forest yet because like whatever they're gonna draw next is gonna be really crucial, like they might
Mhm.
draw something that kind of inform them not to go for the forest. So So I like that, they're keeping the option open. They haven't played a Robin. They're gonna
Yeah.
look at what they draw now and then decide. So
Think they'd grab the blue heron or just kind of like, it's too early. Look for other stuff.
yeah, I mean, without a forest going, that blue heron, they're gonna need quite a bit of food to get it down. And
They only need a grub, right?
yes, they only need a grub. I mean, it's a
They
double
need something
bird.
for the next one. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
and then they already have a blue throat, so it's not like they really need that many birds in the wetland.
Oh, I
It's
meant for the guy with the American crew.
Oh yes, for Matthew.
Hmm.
Yeah, again, they're not running like a strong um food production right now, so it can be kind of risky to pick up the heron. Um,
Yeah.
but they did pick up quite a few free fish here, so
Tay, do you
um,
also have the thing
what thing?
where you can't see?
Can't see what.
Okay, it's just me then. If
uh,
if you didn't know, then okay, you just keep going.
all right. All right. Looks like. Oh, look at this. Perfect. Um,
What happened?
Carl just drew the Martin.
Oh my god.
Yep. So that's gonna change a lot of things. And that's what I'm talking about. Like with the Martin and the Blue Throat in the grassland is such a good engine. Um, but they now already committed to the Blue Throat in the wetland. So um, I don't know. I think play I don't think you play the Martin in the wetland. That would be too risky. And um Matthew just drew the Mute Swan. That's gonna be an interesting one too. Um
Oh yeah, yeah.
and they already got a few free food from uh from Carl. I see a full tuck slowly brewing here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Are you
Mm.
back?
Yeah, I'm back. I can see everything now. I'm just trying to get get this and then click. There we go.
All
Now I
right.
can see everything.
Yes. Yeah, now I'm looking at Carl hands here and yeah, like again, the Blue Throat and Martin in the grassland would have been such a nice engine. Um but
Mm.
looks like they're going all in with the wetland here. Um it it's definitely a risky move, but you never know what you're gonna draw.
Yeah,
You
and it's
never
also
know.
it's not an egg-based thing, so
Yeah. They either draw a tuck and lay to get egg in the wetland, or they find some good bird that allowed them to pivot, like a raven or something.
Mhm.
Otherwise, that 1 point wetland engine is gonna be quite hard to keep up.
Yeah,
And at the same time, the free food is gonna feed into Matthew's setup so nicely. Um,
it will. Yeah.
yeah, because Matthew has they have the mute swan. They even have the sandpiper. Um,
They have both of them.
oh,
Sandpipers.
they even tuck away the robin, which is such a strong indication that they're going with the tucking engine here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they threw away the robin. I mean, I don't know if
Instead of the cowbird? Hmm.
I mean, the cowbird
Yeah.
would be nice if they run a full tuck.
It is, but I don't know.
I would
Yeah,
have I would have thrown away one of
titmouse.
the sandpiper or the.
They have food web expert though.
Oh yeah, so they're looking for the points. Yeah, I
And like
guess.
right at the end, they could like because early you don't want to give cards, but at the end you can just kind of spam your sandpipers for even more
Yeah.
mute swan value, and then it's just very good.
Yep. All right. Yeah, Carl draws here it it's not what they need.
Not what they're looking for,
You know what
maybe.
they
Yeah.
need?
What?
They can really use a shift shaft here.
Right, right, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
I
be good.
Yeah, Chief Chef would be the bird here. When you have so many cards, I think even like we have seen like very successful pivot to the grassland with Chaffinch. That would be really nice too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think in this case you just go on and you just keep digging until you find
Chaffinch,
something useful.
Chaffinch is such a like weird bird because even if you have like 2 cards you can get rid of, it's still worth it. Because if you think of or no, I guess 3, but if you think of that warbler, that's like 7 points for 2 food.
Mm-hmm.
That one's like 1 food for like 7 points, and it's just,
Yeah.
you don't need a lot for it to be worth it.
Yeah, Chaffinch is pretty great. Especially if you're in Carl's situation where you drew like so many cards and you have to turn them into points eventually anyway.
This is a 8-point Chaffinch
Yeah.
already. Crazy.
Yeah. I must say, again, that digging power hopefully eventually finds something useful for Carl, but definitely in terms of like potential, Matthew hands is very is closer to realization with that Mute Swan and Sandpiper. They also have the Cowbird for free eggs, and then all this free food from Carl is basically what they need. So dangerous game for Carl here with that
I mean,
blue throat.
all it is that one of them has their card draw set up already, and not very like not birds they want to plan their game around yet, and the other one has their plan done.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
so end of round 1, it's kind of a small disadvantage, that's for sure.
Right. Yeah, I think the good thing about Matthew is that because of the star nest, they're also set for second and third end of round go. They don't really have to worry about that. Like they will at least score something, because sometimes when you run wetland tugging engine, you might have to go back and lay some eggs to fulfill end of round goals. But it looks like it's gonna be pretty easy for them. Oh, look at this. Oh, the grub. Exactly. Exactly.
Wait, do they have all the food for Mute Swan? No, they need
a grain?
Oh, and they're getting it now. So.
Yep, they're getting it now. Oh, interesting. They're putting it back. Ooh, are they gonna go greedy? Go with like 4 bird in the wetland immediately? That is
Maybe.
potentially what they're gonna do, I think.
Yeah.
Because if they play the Mute Swan and the Sandpiper, they can gain 4 cards a turn, and they can tug 3. Actually, yeah. I mean, they don't really need 4 cards, but but still, if they can gain 3 cards without spending an egg, so yeah, I think they need a 4th bird to maximize their tugging engine here. So, and they have all the food that they need. They just potentially need to lay eggs again. So,
Yeah.
and it looks like they're really going for it. And round
Chipping Sparrow.
Chipping Sparrow, yep, that's gonna help Carl to build up some temples. So that's gonna
good,
be nice. And they don't have to give away too many like free food to Matthew. Yeah, the tray is not looking good, so nothing really matters. Yeah, I mean, again, just looking at Matthew tugging engine, it's gonna be the Mute Swan, that's 3 points, and the Coot is 1 point. So like, they can just start running a 4 points engine, like almost mid round to the end, and then obviously with that kind of digging power, they're gonna find all the birds that they need. Everything that they need,
Yeah.
Like if they find like a catbird, it's gonna be pretty OP. if they find like a Bonelli's Eagle, obviously it's just like, hey, you already have a great tugging engine. Here's 10 bonus point for you.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just gonna escalate and snowball pretty quickly.
Yeah.
All right, looks like they're getting down the cowbirds to get some free eggs. But
Nice.
again, it's kind of a little bit of miscalculation because with the
Yeah.
chirping sparrow, it's quite unlikely that
No.
Carl is gonna lay eggs anytime soon. But
I mean, if it gets like 2 points and brings up the engine a little bit, then someday. But
yeah,
yeah, with the chipping sparrow is like the one bird in the game that it's like, yeah, they don't have to use it ever because it's on any bird.
yeah,
So it's not even for end of rounds, right? Yeah.
right. So it's interesting that Carl go with the Ahinga here. Um, I thought with the food that we have gone with the nuthatch and then draw food. Um,
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I thought Mute Swan surely would go down in this turn.
I think that definitely like having the chimney swift like on the other side of it and not in the middle is always better. They might have,
Just keeping the option open for the future kind of thing.
yeah, but they probably should have, if they were gonna do that, they probably should have played the mute swan
Yeah, that's
last round, right?
yeah,
So
when they have the food. Yeah, this is
it's okay.
yeah. It's
You know,
definitely it's gonna cost them some point here. But we'll see.
mm-hmm. That's such amazing birds for a bonus. I guess they might be thinking the red knot is too expensive, but I don't know. You never know when you'll.
Yeah.
California condor. Oh my god. It's a
Yeah.
perfect forest bird too.
Yeah, they can just play that and score the last end of round goal pretty easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Don't
right.
even have to spend cards now. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. So Carl going for cards here. Oh, look at this. Actually, the golden eye can be pretty nice.
He has two, so yeah. If he plays it now, it'll definitely be worth it points wise.
Yeah, I mean they have like Screech Owl, they have the Nuthatch. I think the golden eyes can really help them to, uh avoid laying eggs and activating the cowbirds. So I think that's
Mhm.
definitely worth it.
I even think playing GoldenEye second last round is like just super solid. It's not even like, oh, this sucks. It's usually pretty good. So
Yeah.
it's a good bird.
Oh, free food.
Yeah. It's not the
it's
food he needs, but
but
it's
still
still,
very dangerous to give away free
yeah.
food. This is, again, like Carl has no idea the mute swan is coming, but now, yeah,
Yeah.
it,
You know, for Carl though, when you're using Hummingbird, people can pick, but when you're using Blue Throat, you could just pick one food over and over again.
mm-hmm,
And I don't know, that's pretty smart because if that one food is good for you, but it doesn't really help your opponent, then even if like it will help your opponent later, it doesn't build their tempo that much. So it's
yeah,
like not. It could be worse. Like
yeah,
there's worse. I don't know. Like the Phoebe is like the worst one probably, right?
yeah,
In terms of helping your opponent.
right. Yeah, I think now I see maybe Matthew move away the Swift so that they can play the Sandpiper without laying eggs. Which is quite nice as well because with Sandpiper down, they can get 3 cards to tuck with the Mute Swan.
Yeah.
So again, for people new to the game or new to the stream, the Mute Swan is the bird that allows you to tuck up to 3 cards under 3 birds, and then you always get to draw 1 back if you tuck at least 1. Yeah. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So if I mean here's the thing, it's such a double-edged sword. Like the Sandpiper is nice, it's foot web, but all the free card it's only worth 1 point for the Mute Swan, but it give a lot of potential for Carl to
Yeah.
score here. So it's definitely, it has its risks.
I think you kind of do the thing that's kind of similar to like turkey vulture situations. You just leave it till the end, probably. It
Yeah.
depends on what they're running. Like it looks like his opponent has a lot of card draw anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so you might go for it, but you don't want to accidentally give him like something amazing either.
But
So
you never know what you're gonna give your opponent.
yeah, so I don't know. And it can only tuck 3 at a time. So like what you'd probably do is like you'd see the birds that you get. And then it's like, okay, if I really want to keep that one extra bird, then you activate the Wilson snipe, right? So
Yeah, that makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah. I think now I see why Carl play the Ahinga. I think it's for the end of round. They
Mhm.
needed one bird with platform, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that's kind of why they kept it at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Um, from Fair Hand, yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, the golden eye is not ideal. Like right now, it only scored them one egg, but
But their eggs right now is pretty bad too, so.
yeah, they really need eight. But I don't know if I will lay eggs
Ooh.
here.
Mm. Yeah, I probably would have like went golden eye and like, I don't know, picked food for some. Or even
Pick
pick food right now, yeah.
Yeah, pick food and then play golden eye and then pick food again so you can lay egg on a hinga, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because that lay
Mm.
eggs basically is only a 1 point turn, which is the same as activating the chirping sparrow, but with chirping sparrow you get food.
Yeah, you get 2 foods. Like, not like he's gonna hold on to all of these, right?
Yeah, but it's not the worst play. I think it's still kind of justified.
Mm.
They can use the extra egg to build up some tempo in terms of like getting the birds down and stuff like that. Oh, looks like free cards are being handed out, so
Mhm.
let's see.
Junko. Got rid of the Junko pretty fast.
Yeah, I don't think you really pivot at this point with how much they committed to the wetland.
Yeah.
And it's
I don't know.
amazing.
I wouldn't consider it a big commitment though, because like I guess a mute swan is, yeah, but
Yeah. It's a 4 point, so and you'll never fill up on cards. The thing about grassland engine is that you have to worry about filling up on eggs, but yeah,
yeah.
with the wetland you don't have to worry about that. I think the Greco can potentially be very strong late game, especially like Matthew is unknowingly giving so many cards.
Forest Grackle.
Yeah.
Go
I'm,
for like the big bird point plays.
hey, I mean, this sounds crazy, but is it really though?
It's not. It depends on if he draws good birds. That's the only thing it depends on. Like potentially he has the best food generation.
Yeah. I
So
mean, if you think about it, like with Greco in the forest, it's a 3 point engine.
yeah.
It's almost as good as the wetland engine here. And look at all the
Mhm.
free card that's being handed out.
Yeah,
Like
I
candy.
like it.
Yeah.
And the last end of round goal is birds in the forest. So if you're building out your forest anyway, it's kind of like along the way, you know?
Yeah.
It's
And
pretty good.
and the grassland engine is like, because of the cowbird, you always get reduced by 1 point. So
Hmm.
and they don't really have other grassland engine building bird right now.
Oh, I'm curious why he didn't play the condor. That would have been. I guess he doesn't need the food, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Because the condor would have brought it to 2 birds in the forest, right?
Yeah.
He's not worried about the end of round goal though, so I
Right.
guess the condor is less obvious there. Yeah,
But they pick up the turkey voucher.
that's interesting.
Yeah. All
Hmm.
right, free card. Look at this.
Well, that's the cue.
Yeah,
Maybe, I don't know.
we'll see. Yeah, that is a lot of cards and a lot of big points buried. And they can even use the oyster catcher to, you know, get more cards. So
Could,
I
yeah.
it I'm kind of very
Points wise, it's probably bad. They probably just want to like draw cards in that situation, right? Because they
yeah.
see 3 cards anyway.
Yeah, but 2 cards for 3 points though is still pretty solid, I think.
Yeah, I think their main limiting their main bottleneck is eggs.
Yeah.
So oyster catcher, it is more points, but it's like hitting on their limiting factor for not that many points.
Yeah.
I feel like they can do a bit better, but
Yeah. Oh, they threw away that golden eye there.
yeah, that's okay. They can pretend they never saw it. I would have liked it a while ago, but it's still fine.
Right. Oh, Cuckoo works for Food Web. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like this just seems to be classic things that happen when you have Food Web. Like sometimes you just draw all the Food Web bird.
Sometimes you draw 0, but
Yeah, sometimes you draw 0, but it's pretty OP. All right, looks
yeah,
like
I think last time I was commenting with Flan, you were saying how Food Web got not a touch up, but a glow up in the European expansion.
yeah.
Because there's so many good Food Web birds.
Oh, look at
Sorry, what were you
that.
saying?
We got the Phoebe.
Oh god.
The Phoebe is exactly what Matthew needed with all the
Yeah.
with all the grubs bird. And the star nest is gonna help them to contain all the free eggs that they get from like cuckoo or cowbird.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
It is really good.
Yeah. Also, it's interesting that they move the. Oh, look at this! They just keep drawing
my god.
the Food Web expert.
Food Web god.
Food Web overload.
Why
They
are they
do-
keeping the turkey vulture?
Yeah. I mean, they
Interesting.
might be gambling for free.
From the
free food.
Anhinga?
I don't know.
Must feel bad to be the Anhinga player. It's like you barely make it and then it's just like got nullified.
Yeah. Also, it's interesting that they moved the Swift to the forest. I think if they move it to the wetland last turn, they could have just drawn card without activating the.
Did the
Sandpaper.
turns just change? It did, right? So I think the plan for him was to go to forest and get some food to do something.
But then they found
But
an amazing.
they had the thing in the tray.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like they were kind of like, because tempo wise, it's better to do whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're kind of betting that it's like, oh, I'm sure I don't want anything, but it's like they did.
Yeah, I don't.
Oof.
Oh, look at that!
Oh.
Carl is going greedy here with the shift chef. Chef it, which
Ooh.
means.
Cass and Sparrow, I'm not.
Oh, look at that!
Actually, he has a raven though. Never mind, it's fine.
Think it's kind of turning around a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I think okay. It is interesting because suddenly Carl has a lot of option. I know we kind of talk about Forest Greco, but oh no, that's okay.
What happened?
I mean, I like the oyster catcher, but I know. Again, I
don't
feel like
think it's great in this particular situation.
but with Raven though, with Raven you get you can play it and get 3 points. On top of that, you get 2 cards.
But hey, he can already see 4 cards. The oyster catcher right now, he only sees 3 cards, right?
Yeah, but it's the points that you make in that turn that you play oyster catcher. It's 3 points plus 2 card. If you draw cards, it's only 1 point. You know, that's
it's
the difference.
a 1 point difference though, and it costs food.
That is true. All right, fine.
But it's okay.
I think okay. What do you do here? I think you pivot to grassland here for sure.
Yeah, like okay. I think generally, and people know how to do it, so they're less likely to mess it up. So that's a good idea. But I still wonder if a forest play is maybe viable because it helps with the last end of round goal, but also a raven. We like to think that it's like a cheap bird just because it's omnivore, right? It's easy to pay for.
Yeah.
But it is 3 food. So I wonder tempo wise, like at this stage of the game, maybe going forest, it's less of an investment.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know if I like this grassland Phoebe. It definitely looks a little bit strange.
I mean, if the only resource he'll ever want ever again is grubs, I think it's fine.
I mean, but if you
It
play in
just
a
takes a
wetland
while.
though,
Oh yeah,
why
yeah.
don't you just like get grub and earn 4 points in the in the
Yeah,
in the
yeah, no,
process?
that's definitely better. Well, okay, so maybe he wants to play both of his bonus card birds, but at this point I would just scrap the Ever Sandpiper, right?
Yeah, I think that's what I would have done too. Just play the Phoebe, and then just yeah,
Yeah.
just spend
Maybe
four
he's
points and
making
get grub.
the maybe he's playing too optimally. Let's say that. He's like, I
Okay.
have these perfect birds, I have to play perfectly.
Especially now that you see
No
the
way.
Raven, and then you'll be like, okay, the Phoebe spam would have been, you know, less of a risk.
Mhm.
It is a little bit unfortunate that, you know, Carl is missing one food to play another bird. I mean, they can play the chaffinch.
Yeah, I think they should play it.
Yeah, they can play the chaffinch. So I guess you give up on the Grackle, right? With this many cards, because you cannot feed both Grackle and chaffinch at the same
No, of
time.
course not. Yeah, I think that's kind of what you do. Yeah.
Yeah. So
He's moved on.
yeah, yeah. I think Matthew Ham would have a lot of potential if they play the um Phoebe in the wetland, and then they can get grubs to play the cuckoo, and then suddenly it reduced that grassland to almost nothing, you know?
I agree with you, but I'm sure he'll survive.
Yeah.
Even without that play. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be a bit better though, that's for sure.
Oh, and it's interesting that they also pick up food after they play
And
the
did he
Phoebe.
discard the card to get more food or no?
They discard something.
Okay, just curious.
I don't remember what they discarded. Um, oh, this is hard to call. I mean, obviously Carl has a lot of big points bird, that they have in their hand. Um,
In their hand.
yeah, in
That's
their
the
hand.
word. In their
Okay,
hand.
yeah, it's interesting. So it's just so tricky because right now they lay 2 eggs, right? They spend
Yeah,
1 egg to get 2 food, but then they
right.
also lose 1 point to the cowbird.
Yeah.
So it's like they get 2 food, but no point. But
Yeah. I wonder what they're going for right now.
grub,
What? And
yeah,
fish. Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's hard to tell. Are they going for the Grackle? Maybe for the Grackle.
Oh, okay. Maybe they just don't like the chaffinch.
Yeah. I think Grackle is more sustainable in the long term because Chaffinch is gonna eat up all your cards so fast.
Yeah, chaffinch is just kind of like you do the math, and if it's worth it, you just treat it like a big bird, right? So
Yeah, and all the free cards kind of stop coming, so maybe they're planning for the future a little bit.
okay. This is
Yeah,
a future-proof plan.
yeah, but I would say, okay, it looks like they're going for the eggs. Okay, maybe they're thinking about the end of round goals here.
Right. That
So
makes sense.
yeah, yeah, there are just like so many ways that can play this out. But can they even compete? Because Matthew has 4 here.
I don't think so, but
Yeah,
they
if
can put on some pressure. They can scare their opponent.
yeah, I think in terms of like grassland, like maybe Chaffinch or Grackle is better than the Sparrow there because Sparrow is only a 1 point bird, but Grackle,
Yeah,
for example, is 2 points engine, and then Chaffinch is, you know, potentially 2 or 3 points. So the
definitely.
Sparrow definitely not the best option in this case.
Yeah, I guess they ended up moving the Chimney Swift because to save like eggs, right? For their common cuckoo play. So
Yes.
that makes sense. Yeah, we're saving points in exchange for, I guess, a turn.
Yeah, so Michael point out that Matthew discarded the 9 point heron. All right. Yeah. All right. So
Matthew is the one on the right?
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
with the mute swan.
Yeah, I think that's fine. His other bird is 9 points too, with food web and its bonus card. So
Right. Yeah, I think it is a little bit of missed opportunity. Like, it feel their board feel a little bit spread out now. Because now, like, with their grassland is a three points engine with a free grub. Um, they could have played it. They could have had a 4 points wetland with a free grub. So,
yeah, I noticed that he moved his bird up to the forest, probably preparing for the last end of round goal. But I'd
yeah,
probably hold off on that until the end, because
yeah,
you always have the option until you don't.
right.
But maybe he has like birds he wants to play in the habitats right now, and he's never planning to, So maybe he has his plan, like his end game done already.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
yeah. I think it's still not too late for Carl to play the Grackle here with the cards in their hand.
Mhm.
They can play the Grackle and then look to play the Puffin and the Wild Turkey, so those big points bird. So,
Yeah,
but it looks like they're gonna go for the Puffin to see
yeah.
what bonus card they're gonna get.
If it can only do one, then going puffin only makes sense. But if we're gonna do both, then probably prioritize the wild turkey first for egg space, right?
Yeah,
Because they might run out, but it's not yet. Yeah, they don't have Grackle down yet, so it's fine.
yeah. So the Sandpiper down, that's another 5 points play with the food web. Very nice.
That's why they didn't do the Phoebe. They're trying to play optimally, like so optimally that it's a bit suboptimal, I guess. But it's still optimal.
Yeah.
It's beautiful and artistic.
That is one way to put it. Right. Yeah, I think in Carl's situation, you really want to prioritize getting your grassland set up before you play the big point birds.
Yep.
Because especially with two cuckoo bird, one cowbird and one cuckoo bird, your grassland is really, massively reduced in terms of like point scoring potential. So if you can build
Yeah.
up that grassland to score a few extra points while you're getting food, that would help a lot.
It would, but one thing he could do at the end is like, I've made a blunder. Perhaps I can play with Chaffinch
Yeah, and salvage.
and salvage the situation, and then use the extra food from the raven to get, I don't know, 4 eggs.
Yeah.
And then that's how you.
Let's look at this.
He has a way out.
What is that? Is that ecologist?
Ethologist. So different types of birds, I guess.
Oh,
in a
very
fall.
nice.
That's really good.
I don't know
Yeah.
if they have any other color.
No, they don't. So it has no potential, but it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate playing the Chaffinch. Because with the Chaffinch down, they have a 7 points engine, by discarding card. So
It's like a lot of games I have. It's like I make the wrong decision, but then it's like, oh, I have a bird, and then I play it, and then it's like, oh, it's even better than my original plan. So
okay,
kind of works out.
yeah,
I'm just saying that situation seems like one of those.
yeah. I think with the Chaffinch down, they can even justify drawing cards, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
So,
If you're going for the playing birds route, though.
yeah, I'm not sure what they're gonna play next. Looks like it might be the Grackle. We'll see. All right.
Ooh,
No.
Bee Eater. That's technically. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't matter. But
Yeah, it's a
too
little
late.
bit too late now to rely on the
Ooh,
bee
House
eating.
Rente. House Ren.
Look at all the foot web bird. It's so cursed. This game is kind of crazy sometimes.
It is.
Look at how
I
many
wonder
food
what we're
web
gonna
created.
play with, because we're gonna do that for the EOR, right?
Yes, bird. Yeah, I don't know. Are they gonna pick up food because they only have 4 turn left? Even if they use their Phoebe, they cannot get uh, that many birds down.
Yeah, and it's the wrong food.
Look at this. You gotta play the chaffinch now.
Before it's too late, it can still make maximum value.
All right. Okay. Here's the thing. Chaffinch and Grackle still. I think it can still work.
I mean, not the Grackle. They'll have, I guess, 2 turns on a Grackle is. Yeah, you know what? 2 turns on a Grackle is still good
Yeah.
because it's 7. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all right.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. There is some small math here, but yeah, Chaffinch and Grackle. I don't know which one will end up scoring more points, but
Mhm. I just think they don't need a 4th bird because they could just spend food. So they just like get 1 food at a time to play their big bird.
mm-hmm.
But they use the other one for extra eggs, and that means they don't have to play as many birds. So if they're doing that, then they should have either played the Grackle way earlier, or they could like bail themselves out by playing the Chaffinch, right?
Yeah, I definitely agree that Grackle should have gone down earlier. I think that's one thing. Like for big points, but like the Puffin, you really don't need to play it until like you have to at the end of the game. I know sometimes it is nice to know what bonus card you have, but so Michael in the chat is saying play the yellow hammer in forest and play wild turkey with extra turn. So play the yellow hammer, and then you have to pick up food.
Yeah.
But then if you play the wild turkey in the forest, you can score additional 2 points for the ideologist because you have
Oh,
teal and white power and brown in the forest.
yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can compete for the end of round goal as well. So
That's a really good play. Didn't think
yeah,
of
I
that.
like it, Michael. This is a pretty good play there. Um, so right now, whose turn it is? It's Matthew, right? All right, they're going for the 4 points engine here again. Are they gonna activate the free cards? Oh, they're skipping it. Interesting. Yeah.
I'd actually, I guess, yeah, I guess they don't need to activate it again, so it's kind of.
Yeah. So basically, they're given up on playing any more birds, right? Because they have no food. Um.
Yeah, it's a bit of a
So
waste, but yeah.
yeah, if they're not
Look at all these yummy birds they have.
imagine having that Phoebe in the wetland.
Yeah.
It would be another world. All
Another
right.
world.
Oh, look at this. They're going for it. The Chaffinch Grackle.
Yeah.
How many cards do they have in their hand? They have
6, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's still worth it. Like, Chaffinch is still gonna be 8 points for 1 food. It's
Yeah.
just.
I think if they manage their food a little bit better, for example, if they can, okay, in this turn they can lay 4 eggs, tuck 4 cards. That's like 8 points. Pet Grackle is 2 more points, so that's 12, 10. And then Sparrow is like, yeah, that's like more than 10 points,
It's
which is
good,
really
yeah.
nice. And imagine if they can play one bird, a big point bird, in the forest to tie the end of round go in the last turn. That I think that would have been the perfect play.
Would have.
Yeah. But the
Yeah,
only option they have is that 3 point burst that I cannot tell what it is.
it's the wild turkey, I think. Yeah.
No, the one next to the
Oh, the
wild
3
turkey.
point.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know actually. Oh, I think it's that one that they picked up earlier in the game.
Mm-hmm.
The nuthatch type thing.
Yeah.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, because now, okay, I also interesting that they're keeping 1 card. I guess for Grackle tucking.
It's
I think
technically more value, yeah, but And they can choose to tuck them all away later on anyway. It's not a big deal.
That's right. Yeah, but yeah, if they could have played one more bird in the forest to tie it. For example, if they have enough food to play the wild turkey, that would have been a very nice last turn.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, right? So instead of, because it's either they did the grackle a lot earlier on, or to bail themselves out, all they needed to do was chaffinch. So it's kind of like an incomplete or not filled out grassland.
Yeah.
But they can still be getting food and not net losing any points. So
Yeah.
they'd both be taking advantage of the large cards they had and also be able to play wild turkey
Yeah.
with no cost to themselves. So.
Yeah. With that being said, though, who do you think is gonna win this game?
I think the guy on the right, our
Matthew
friend.
with the full tug, semi full tug.
Yeah, just because of bonus card, basically.
Yeah, bonus card, and I think they won quite a few
more end of round goals. Yeah,
and and I think they ran the full tug quite well. Just a bit of missed opportunity with the Phoebe.
Just a bit, yeah.
Just a bit. Other than that, with the two cuckoo, I think that those cuckoo and cowbird also earned them quite a bit of points. Probably activated their sandpiper a little bit too much, given the number of cards they have in hand.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Without those cards, Carl wouldn't have scored even, would have scored even less cards. So
look at that net catcher. That's what we wanted.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But again, it's like one of those games, they didn't find the Bonalis Eagle or the Eastern Imperial Eagles, which is
look at these.
Did they
This game is hacked.
I know. Did they drew all the foot web expert?
Basically, I think the only one that his opponent had was like Oyster Catcher.
Yeah,
he got everything else.
That is insane. But I must say, I am leaning towards Matthew as well. But we'll see. It might be a close game. Maybe not. You have a lot of though. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe next game.
Yeah, alright. It's not that close, but very well played. 104 points for Matthew. Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. I mean, well played to Carl too, 87 points. Yeah, I think they have a very nice grassland setup as well. Just a little bit tempo-wise, just a little bit late, and then they're countered by 2 pink powers. So
yeah, I think that Raven. Sometimes Raven, like even if I don't play it, it confuses me.
Yeah,
if
I know.
It's given to me at a particular time. Like even if I deliberately choose not to play it, it messes up my other plan. So it's one of those birds that if you get a certain time, it can screw you over.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But yes, let's bring back Carl and Matthew. Hello, good game.
Hello guys, how's it going?
Good. Very good game. Congratulations.
Is this the only game? This is like a one-shot execution.
Yep, we only.
Oh my god.
The blue tip is only one game.
Right?
Yeah, it's a round robin, so.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is brutal.
Great game, Matthew. You played very well.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Carl. You played
really
well too.
Yeah, same to you as well.
That Raven.
Yeah. So how okay, let's go with Matthew first. How do you think the game went for you?
Better than I expected.
Okay.
I was not sure that Food Web Expert was the right card, but I just kept drawing endlessly.
And the game told you.
Took grubs. It's like here.
You drew every single bird. You drew every single one of them, which is insane.
And they're all just sitting in my hand now.
Yeah, exactly.
Really wanted to play that red knot, but I would have taken me at least 2 turns to get the grubs for it. So.
Right.
In terms of raw value, the Sandpiper is definitely better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 grub, 5 points plus the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I think
Yeah,
the
yeah,
reason you're so lucky is because of the common Swift. You kind of make a pact with it in the early game, and it's like, yeah, I got you, and the gods kind of. It's like a ritual.
Yeah.
Playing the common
Yeah.
Swift, that's a ritual. I need to try it sometime. Sorry for interrupting. What were you saying?
No, I wasn't saying anything. Yeah, the fishery manager is generally a better bonus card, I think, but
Right.
just because I didn't have any bird that like ate fish in the starting hand, and I
Right.
had the food web one there, so I'm just like, oh. And
Wait, you
I
started
generally
with the
just like,
American Coot in your hand, right? I think that's a pretty
yeah,
informed decision. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was a good call. Yeah, the mute swan, very nice execution there. With going with the tug. And what about you, Carl? How did you feel about the game?
Yeah, I feel like I had some tough decisions. I didn't have a very exciting starting hand.
Uh-huh.
I can't wait to listen to your commentary about it. I don't know if I made great choices or not. I feel good about the blue throat, but I don't, maybe should have thrown away the Anhinga and try to dig for something better. I didn't get a lot of birds that would help me score points.
Right.
I was not able to focus solely on one habitat. Like I really think Matthew did a great job of just running that grasslands. And really, when he got that mute swan, my heart sank. I felt like he's going to rack up a lot of points. And before I knew it, he had 15 tucked
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah, it's a
So
horror.
I feel like I didn't embarrass myself, and there might have been some areas where I could improve. I don't think I. If you guys see it, I'd like to know. Do you think I could have won this game based on the way Matthew played? He played so well.
Yeah.
Also, I couldn't run grasslands without giving him eggs. Later, first the cowbird and then the cuckoo.
Yeah.
So that was demoralizing. I had an opportunity there with the grasslands engine. I could build one up quickly, but I felt like I couldn't, gain on him in terms of eggs. So that was frustrating as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think first of all, I would say I think overall you played quite well. I agree that the starting hand was not the easiest to play. Like you had a lot of bird that's expensive or cost two of the same food. It wasn't easy. So but I think in the second half of the game, like once you find that Raven and the Chaffinch and Grackle, I think you did a pretty nice pivot to start building up that grassland. But like you say, because of the 2 ping power, it
was
really
limited in its efficiency. Yeah. Because of the 2 pink birds. So, but I feel like I didn't embarrass myself.
Oh,
hats
no,
off to Matthew.
not at all.
Great game.
Yeah, great
Actually,
game.
me and Tay were saying right at the end of round 1, we were saying like we were looking at your wetlands and we were looking at your hands, and it's just the difference was that Matthew had all of the birds he would play, like he had a plan already by the end, and you had to draw for that plan.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a big difference.
I had a choice between Anhinga and the American oyster catcher. I was lucky to draw the purple martin, which gave me a couple points. And, and that was fortunate. But I didn't feel like I got any of the premium birds until it was too late. And
you know what? The purple martin was one less tuck bird that was the right bonus card for your opponent.
Yeah.
Oh,
when I saw the purple martin, I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah. Because imagine if you got the purple martin as well. That would be scandalous. Sorry,
I'm glad he didn't tuck more than 34 or whatever it was. That was impressive. Yeah. I got to say that mute swan. He might not have much to say about it, but he was the MVP.
That's funny.
Yeah, but overall good game. I mean, well played to both, and thanks for sharing the game with us. Wish you both good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Hopefully you guys will join us again next time.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Matthew, great job. Good luck in the tournament. I think I will not be moving on as I've racked up 4 losses already, but learned a lot and hopefully I get better.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you will. Yes.
You'll get them next time.
Yeah. And thank you to Heartseed as well for joining me today.
Yeah,
always
thanks
a
for
pleasure.
tolerating me as usual.
No, you are always lovely to have on the channel. And finally, thanks everyone for tuning in. We're gonna wrap up here and stay tuned. We're gonna have more stream for the tournament coming up. So make sure you join the tournament Discord server and check out the schedule. And I'll see all of you guys next time.